Hey you, welcome back to my channel. My name is Azure David. You can call me Blue, and I am a soul coach. I help Black and brown women connect with their soul, escape disappointing lives so that they can live their passion and their purpose. And today I'm back with another video. I am talking to you today about how to stop living a disappointing life. So I personally have found my passion and found my purpose in helping, Black and brown women. But that came with some time. It came with some growth and development. And what happened to me was one day, I just kind of woke up. This was like 2016. I was like, I feel so unfulfilled. Like, I didn't use the word unfulfilled. I was like, I need something. I don't know. I didn't use that word. I just was like, I feel like I need something. And so I ended up going on a search and like a personal healing journey to find out what the missing gap was, right? To find out why I freaking felt like I should be grateful for my life, but I wasn't, right? So I have some notes here. I'm just going to let you know and explain to you how you can escape the disappointing lives that you're leading, like I did, and have your own journey, okay? The very first step in learning how to, or escaping a disappointing life, is to find out and feel disappointed. Feel like you actually are needing something, like you're needing some kind of treatment. By the way, I'm a nurse, but I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not giving you a medical advice. I'm not a therapist, psychiatrist. I'm not giving you advice there, right? And I definitely recommend that you go and see a therapist or psychiatrist if you're wanting to clear trauma, right? Wanting to heal from trauma and things like that. But in addition to that, there are certain treatments that our soul needs, our God consciousness, the highest part of us needs. And when you feel that on this like really deep, I like to call it cellular level, it's something incredibly different. It's kind of like sometimes you can't explain it to people, and you're like, I don't know, like why I feel like this, right? And so you have to feel disappointed first. Like you can't like go living life like a robot, right? I found that I was living life like I was a robot, like just kind of sleepwalking through life, right? So feel disappointed is number one, right? Number two is to decide that you get to change. When I figured out that there was something that was missing, there was some disappointment that I was feeling, I decided that I needed to take action. I decided that I got to change. Now that was hard because we live in a society that doesn't really support that, right? It's not like people are telling, especially Black and brown women, like, oh yeah, go ahead and be fulfilled or like change, or they'll kind of like gaslight us and make us feel like taking trips that was me. Like I was always taking trips. I was always running and I was a travel nurse, which is fine, but I was always going from place to place because I needed something, right? And so, but anyway, you have to decide that you get to figure out what it is, that your soul, your God consciousness needs, right? So decide, like, okay, I feel it, and now I get to change it. Number three is finding out what your soul needs. This can be incredibly distressing and frustrating because a lot of times there's so many like self-help books and everything, which is really great, inspirational avenues. But listen, not every treatment is for everybody. And so it's like, finding out what your soul needs, people act like it's like always easy. Sometimes it's not, right? Because this is not a paradigm that we've been living in. This is not a paradigm that we're familiar with. And so finding out what your soul needs, a lot of times you need help doing that. All the time you need help doing that, right? So even if you do know what your soul needs, like say you've been thinking about it or you asked yourself the question, you found it, a lot of times you don't know what inspired action to take. But listen, soul always does. God consciousness always does. The highest part of you always knows. It always knows, right? It may be weird. It may be like me, moving abroad, taking a sabbatical for an undetermined amount of time, right? Or it may not. It may be something as simple as taking an art class and being like, listen, this is important to me. This is something that will open up my heart space, which, by the way, creativity does that. It may be something like that. But what inspired action do I need to take? How do I need to get there? Right? And then there's also excuses that can come up, restraints that can come up, because it's so it's not normalized to do this, to find out what soul needs, right? So I have written a ebook. It's just 8 pages. It's an ebook and a workbook. It's for you to do a soul evaluation, because maybe perhaps you're disappointed, confused. You want to know what your passion is, your purpose is. You see other people doing this, right? And so the book has prompts, it has visualizations, it even has exercise on how to release yourself from the restraint and excuses on why you can't have what your soul desires. It's literally there. Your soul is there to tell you that it needs something. So that means that you can get it no matter what what restraints or excuses you try to put on it, right? So I'll put the link to that ebook below, so you can purchase it and go through that soul evaluation. Also, I have openings up for private soul coaching. If you want some one-on-one attention, right? If you want to figure out how to shift your life into a life that you actually want to live, right? One that's not freaking frustrating and that constantly bends to the wills of others instead of yourself, right? I know that because I'm a recovering nice girl, right? Always putting other people first. I'll also put the link below on how you can work with me. I do have some spots left to coach for coaching. I also have a group support program for Black and brown women who want to move abroad or take a break, because I think it's important not to be isolated. Like I really want to push. I'm also an Aquarius and we love groups, right? So I don't want you to be isolated. And so that's why I've formulated this group. It's a 4-week program. If you're interested, also click the link below. The next cohort is April 4th through April 11th through May 3rd. All right. So if you like this content, go ahead and subscribe, comment, let me know what your questions are, your concerns are, like what you want a video on how to retrieve or achieve the best status for your soul, right? It's not easy, okay, but it's completely worth it. It's a journey that I'm continuing on, but yeah, definitely subscribe. You can find all of my information below over at azurebluedavid.com. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.